Do I need a bookkeeper, or is this an expense my business doesn't need? It's a question we get a lot. So the answer really depends on your situation. So I have 3 questions I'm going to ask to try to help you discern where you're at and to get a good answer for your situation. I wrote in the title, I can save $1,000 if I give away $2,000, which it doesn't make any sense at all, but it happens all the time. And I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and that'll help you decide on where you're at and whether or not you need a bookkeeper in your construction or home service business right now. First question is this: what's your time worth and how are you most profitable? Probably one of the biggest questions right there. Second question is, are your books completed and up to date monthly? And I can just hear you going down the road screaming at the phone, Dave, no, of course they're not up to date monthly. I'm trying to do jobs out here. And the third question is, when you do get to your books, are they done accurately? So not only are they up to date, but is it actually the right information? These 3 questions are going to help you decide, do I need a bookkeeper right now? So the first question, probably one of my favorite to talk about in this question, is what's your time worth and how are you most profitable? Like I said in the title, okay, you can save $1,000 by throwing away $2,000. And that kind of logic, it happens all the time. So how would I save $1,000 by throwing away $2,000, which, by the way, is not a good deal. That's a bad deal. So if I want to, if say my books cost $1,000 a month to have a good bookkeeper do it and do it well. Man, $1,000 a month, I don't want to pay $1,000 a month, but it might take you 40 hours to do that. Well, my goodness, what could you get done revenue-wise in 40 hours? How many jobs could you bid? How many jobs could you start? How many phone calls could you make to line up your next job, or whatever the case is? What could you get done in that same amount of time? So that's the question. If you're saving $1,000 trying to keep your books yourself, instead of hiring an expert that's good in that area, the power of partnership. A lot of times we just have a tendency, I do, to want to do everything myself. And there's a great power in being able to collaborate with someone that's an expert in a field so you can focus on your strengths. There's a whole program we went through on this called Working Genius, I think it's called. So you want to focus on your strengths and your personality and what you like to do. And for construction guys, normally that's hands-on, getting the job done, bidding a job, working on a job site, building something, having something to look at when you're done, even if it's not yours. I mean, just fulfilling in that way. Most construction and home service guys get into this not because they want to do books and sit at a computer and fill out Excel spreadsheets and do QuickBooks, but they get into this because they love to build and to accomplish and to just love building. So that's your strength. Most of the guys listening to this, that's your strength. And that's why that's why the rest of these other 2 questions are almost a no-brainer. If that's your first, that's why this is the most important question. So I don't want to see you guys throw away $2,000 to save yourself $1,000, because here's the other problem. Okay, you're saving yourself time from getting a bookkeeper. Or you're not saving yourself time. But back up. You're not saving yourself time at all. You're saving yourself $1,000, but that could easily be $2,000 or $3,000 in revenue that you could be making if you didn't have that time wrapped up in that. So that's why I titled it that way. Focus on your strength and partner with someone or collaborate with someone who has a strength opposite of yours. And that's what is one of the best things you can do in this space, to find a bookkeeper. So what's your time worth? How are you most profitable? Second question is this: Are your books completed and up to date monthly? So I'm going to summarize at the end and come back to that first question because it's really the most important. So probably, I mean, if your books are up to date and completed monthly, and you're not driving yourself batty doing it, you know what? That's great. Like, well, what would that look like? Do you reconcile monthly? Do you know your numbers from last month so you can have real-time information for decisions for this month, right? Are they done up-to-date monthly? Do you reconcile monthly? If you don't have up-to-date books, you can't make informed financial decisions in real time. You all know that. Third question is this: when you do get to your books, are they done accurately? What do you mean by that, Dave? Okay, are expenses in the right categories? Do you have cost of goods separate from overhead? Love this. Love this. Cost of goods and overhead are supposed to be separate. It'll help you with understanding, where your money is and how it's working. Here's an example. Is field labor different from office labor? Is it in a different bucket? Because field labor is a cost of good. You have to perform that labor on a project, if you're job costing or whatever. So field labor is a cost of good. Office labor, that is overhead. And so if you're trying to figure out if you're profitable at a certain margin, well, it depends. Where is your overhead truly separated like it should be, or is it filled in with cost of goods, and that's really messing up, your numbers? So are your loan, here's another question. Get this all the time. Are your loan payments broken down into principal and interest payments? Because the interest is a business expense. The loan is not a business expense. The principal payment on that loan is not a business expense. You just borrowed money. But the interest is a business expense and tax deductible. And a lot of times when people record that payment, they just throw it in. What are you doing to me? I'm trying to work. What's up?
Sorry.
Okay. What do you need?
Nothing.
All right. Love you.
If you were done.
I'm just not done.
Okay.
Do you need something?
No.
There you go. Working at home. That's the way it works. So the interest on a loan payment is a business expense and tax deductible. The principal is not. The principal is you just borrowed money and you have to pay that back. And it doesn't help you. You can't use it as a business expense. I'll say that. But the interest is a business expense and it is tax deductible. And if you take that loan payment and just put it in as a loan payment and don't separate out that interest, you're losing out on all that deduction that can be part of, you shouldn't be paying taxes on the interest of a loan. My goodness. So we get that. We see that a lot. We get into books. We start trying to help. And, there it is again. Found it again. Here you go. If you use a payment processor, okay, happens a lot. If you use a payment processor like Stripe or whatever, are you tracking your processing fees? Because that is a business expense as well. So one last thing is this: do you have duplicate transactions? This is easy to do on QuickBooks. I hate that it is, but it really is. If you're not sure what you're doing, you can go in, you try to classify a transaction, and you're trying to hit matching or categorizing, and if you don't do it right, you'll have doubles of that transaction all through your books. I mean, all over the place. This happens to us with clients. They give us their books and say, okay, can you clean this up? Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into this. And we find out because they don't know how much money they got in the bank. It says here, I have $500,000 in the bank, but when I check my bank account, it's not even close. I have about 200,000 in there. Because there's doubles all through your books. So double revenue is awesome. If you can get double revenue, great, but only if it's real. So what happens is you go in, you check your books, you're like, I got a ton of money. You buy that piece of equipment or whatever because your revenue is way up here. And then when you actually check your bank account, boom, oh my goodness, I don't even have this money at all. So double expenses come in all the time, double revenue comes in all the time. That can really bite you in the butt because, you know, if you have double revenue and you don't catch that, if you doubled a transaction and you don't catch that, when you turn in your taxes, your CPA, if he doesn't catch that also, you're going to pay taxes. Come on, you're going to pay taxes double on whatever revenue is in there twice is doubled. You're going to pay taxes on that double. For what? It's not even real. So that's a big deal to look in and get that figured out. 3 questions, guys. Summarize it. Let's go back through it. What's your time worth and how are you most profitable? Are your books completed and up to date monthly? And when you do get to your books, is it accurately done? It's really a win-win for a lot of guys to hire a good bookkeeper because I can go make the $2,000 in revenue, pay the $1,000 to the bookkeeper, and then I don't even have to do the books, and I hate doing it anyway. I have real-time information. I can look at last month's numbers and do something with that information, and I can also know what I'm looking at and what's available to me and what I can work with financially. So it's a no-brainer a lot of times. Now, if you're a small company, if you're a small construction business, you're just yourself or whatever, and you're having a lot of free time right now and you're able to do the books, and it might not be smart for you to try and hire a bookkeeper, but I'm telling you, there's power in collaboration. So these 3 questions will help you decide that. This is Dave from Devine Strategy Group. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe. We're going to have a lot more information coming out quickly. Go kill it, guys.